No, I... Sorry, perhaps you didn't hear me. Can I help you? Yes, this is cabin 7. That does not explain why you're standing in the doorway. Are you looking for someone? No, I think you have the wrong cabin. I mean, it happens. These carriages all look rather similar, and particularly when you're dragging half your life behind you. I mean, seriously, what are you carrying there? Your back is huge. You're certain? Alright, let me see. No, give it here. You have been staring at it for long enough. I doubt it's going to rearrange itself out of embarrassment, okay? Let me look at it. Cabin 7, carriage 4. Tonight's date. This is strange. Don't look so pleased with yourself. I said it was strange. I did not say you were right. Okay? Let me see mine. Carriage 4, cabin 7. Tonight's date as well. Well, that is rather inconvenient. No, I'm not accusing you of anything. I am just thinking. Hey, you're the one making it difficult, okay? Standing there with that little smug expression on your face. Yeah, that one. The one that says I told you so, despite the fact that you haven't actually told me anything. I do not think so highly of myself that I believe a stranger would orchestrate an elaborate railway conspiracy for the privilege of sharing my cabin. I simply haven't ruled it out yet. Fine, fine. Come inside before someone tries to squeeze past you. We'll figure it out somehow. And shut the door, please. You're letting all the noise in. Put your back. Come on, not there. That is directly in front of the door. Someone could trip over it. Yes, probably me. That's beside the point, okay? So, move it beside the seat for now. Careful. Careful. That was my case. No, it's fine. You barely touched it. It's only carrying several things, which I would rather not have crushed beneath whatever you have packed in there. What is in your bag? Bricks? Hey, at least mine looks organized. That is a difference, okay? Yours looks like... I don't even know, like... You packed everything into it. But... yeah. Well, I had time to settle in. Because again, this was supposed to be my cabin. Yeah, our tickets disagree. I am aware. You don't have to keep looking at them. I mean, surely this has to be some kind of booking error. There should be 2 berths in a shared sleeper, but there are not 2 berths in here. There's 1 bed and that. And I'm not entirely sure that is qualified as furniture. Yeah, obviously, we should find the conductor. I was about to suggest that, Sherlock Holmes. You know what? I just think before I speak. That's the difference between you and me. A habit you might consider adopting. Let's see, perhaps you should go and find the conductor. How about that? And I'll just wait here in my cabin while you go and chat with him. How does that sound? Okay, good. I'll just wait here. And don't worry, I won't look inside your bag. I'm not interested at all. God, why does this always happen to me? Especially today. Couldn't have happened any worse. This is ridiculous. How could you put two people into one cabin? I paid the premium package just so that I could sleep good tonight, but whatever. There you are. So, what did he say? Okay. A last-minute carriage substitution. So several reservations were transferred, and the system assigned both of us to the same cabin. Of course, every other sleeper is occupied. No spare compartments and no empty berths, of course. How else would it be? And can they put either of us in first class? Of course you asked. Okay, they cannot do that. Oh, he told you that we should make ourselves comfortable until morning. Gosh, that will reflect in my review of this stupid sleeper train. I mean, this is so unprofessional. What are we supposed to do now? Perhaps I should bite him or something so he changes his mind. That was a joke. Calm down. Kitsunes do not solve every inconvenience by biting people. That is exactly the misconception, or the sort of misconception, I could do without tonight. Yeah, I brought it up, but that does not mean you're permitted to enjoy it. There is a fine difference, mister. Alright, we'll have to approach this sensibly. There is one bed. There's one seat. I arrived first, so I took the bed. You can have the seat. No. Before you start even arguing, the seat reclines. A little, but it reclined. I tested it earlier. Well, I looked at it, and that was enough. You have a pillow. I have an extra blanket in case you need, and it will be perfectly adequate for one night. Wait a minute. Why would I take it? I was already here. I had already unpacked. Look, my coat is hung up. Even my tea is made. My book is out. And I've already took over the batting, so... yeah. I had reached a state of complete and well-earned rest before you appeared in the doorway. So it would be deeply inefficient to undo all of that. Yes, I am aware that you have also paid for a bed. I understand the issue. You're presenting it quite repeatedly. Unfortunately, no amount of repetition will cause a second bed to emerge from the wall. Unless you have some hidden talent for carpentry, which really you don't look like it. No? Well then, the seat remains your best option. Absolutely not. We have known each other for, what is it? 6 minutes? 7 perhaps, if we count the time you spend finding the conductor. But I do not share beds with strangers after 7 minutes. There is no official minimum. Well, I was not implying that this becomes acceptable at 8. You're very pleased with yourself, aren't you? Fine. Possible arrangements. Okay, so how about you take the seat, I take the bed, we divide the night into shifts. Or one of us speaks to the staff again and volunteers to sit in the dining carriage until morning. How generous of you to nominate me. No, I'm not spending the night beneath fluorescent light, besides a vending machine because the railway sold my bed twice. Neither are you, apparently, so, the seat. Here, how about this? Here, you can have this. This is a perfectly good blanket. What are you looking at? It's clean. It came sealed. And, this pillow, admittedly rather thin, but if you fold it in half, yeah, it's much better. Go on, try it. Oh, don't be like that. It sounds worse than it is. Yeah, go on, sit down. There we go. Now lean back a little. Yeah, there should be a lever near your left hand. No, your other left. Yeah, just there. Good. See? It reclines. And it reclines enough to make the, manufacturer's description legally defensible. So, practically, or theoretically, you could sleep in here. And that is something. You can put your feet up on your large bag. Hey. You were the one who packed it like a stone wall. It may as well become useful. More demands, of course. The window stays closed because it's cold outside. Because the train is moving quickly. Because I do not want freezing air blowing directly across the bed all night. Yes, I know that cabin is warm. That is because I made it warm. It's not too warm, it is comfortable. 24 degrees is not tropical. It's barely warm enough to relax. Don't even... That is awful. Close it. Please. Now the curtains are moving. Why is that bothering me? Well, they were still before. You're enjoying this far too much. Fine. You're right. I guess this cabin does belong to the two of us, so, leave it open slightly. Slightly. That is not slightly. Half. Hey. Yeah, there. That is a compromise. You may have fresh air, and I may retain feeling in my face because it doesn't freeze off. Everyone wins, so, yeah. Compromise does not require equal suffering, okay? Just take it as it is. Now, about the light. I usually read for perhaps another 20 minutes and then I switch it off. Is that going to be a problem? You are on an overnight train. You will eventually need to sleep. That is generally what the bed was for. The seat in your case. No, I'm not starting that argument again. You can use the smaller light beside you. Oh, that is surprisingly bright. Angle it down a little. Not toward me. Why would you point it directly at my face? I know, thank you. But that is not the issue, okay? Stop distracting. But thank you. But still, point it somewhere else. Much better. What are you planning to do anyway? Read or work? You brought a book. What kind? No, I'm not judging you. I haven't even heard the title yet. Oh, The Hobbit. Now I'm judging you a little. I'm joking. You can read whatever you like. It's just, of all the books you might bring on a long train journey, you chose one about someone being dragged out of a comfortable home and sent on a long journey. That feels slightly on the nose. Of course I have read it. More than once, actually. The first time when I was quite young, and then again a few years ago. But I have to admit it felt different the second time. Well, when I was younger, I thought Bilbo was terribly frustrating at the beginning. All that complaining about meals and handkerchiefs and missing his own bed. I wanted him to stop fussing and get on with the adventure. Then I read it again and thought, no, actually, he has a point. A group of strangers appear without warning, eat all of his food, make an enormous mess, and announce that he'll be leaving with them in the morning. I would have thrown them out. Hey now, you have a valid ticket. The dwarves did not. And, there's still time, okay? No, I do like it. I like that he never becomes an entirely different person. He becomes braver, certainly, but he still likes home. He still likes his comfort and quiet and familiar things. The journey changes him, without making everything he was before seem foolish. So, I just think it's nice, that wanting a peaceful life is not something foolish. A little of everything, mostly fiction, sometimes romance. I like books with strong settings. Like when you read a book and you enter a place and it feels though as they continue existing even when a character leaves the room. Yeah, old cities, small towns, journeys as well. Although I prefer journeys where the passengers receive the beds they paid for. This, it's a mystery. It's nothing terribly gruesome, and I don't particularly enjoy books that mistake misery for death, but in this book, a woman inherits a house from an aunt she barely knew, and then discovers that half the rooms have been sealed for decades. But I'm only a few chapters in, so at the moment everyone is being suspicious and refusing to answer simple questions. Like me, I answer simple questions. Yeah, you simply haven't asked any worth answering. Perhaps if you ask the right questions, you will receive an answer from me. Well, yeah, you just have to wait and see, I guess. But so far, the writing is really lovely. A little slow, but honestly, I don't mind slow. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's pleasant when a story takes its time. You have more time to notice things about characters. The way they speak when they're nervous, or the things they avoid talking about. The small habits they probably don't even realize they have. You can learn quite a lot about someone from the things they do when they think nothing important is happening. About you. You're stubborn. You're curious. You enjoy provoking people when you think they're taking themselves too seriously. Definitely don't know how to pack a bag. And I think you're actually really nervous about this journey. Was I wrong? That was a very elegant change of subject. Fine. I like older novels, essays sometimes, travel writing if the writer is actually interested in the people who live there and not simply congratulating themselves for visiting. I just really like learning about cultures and, the people that actually live in these countries. I used to read quite a bit of poetry as well. Not so much recently, though. I don't know. Perhaps I became impatient, Poetry just takes time. Just makes you really sit there and think about everything, and I don't know. Anyway, what about you? Is this a favorite? The Hobbit? That's a good reason. I guess there are some books that are simply so pleasant you want to reread them again. Even when you know exactly what is going to happen. Perhaps especially then. What is it? Oh, tea. You'd like some of my tea. I mean, sure. I think you should have another cup. I don't have enough tea for two normally, but I guess since you are here and it would be rude not to share, I guess I can pour you some. Hold on, let me look in my bag. I should have another cup somewhere in here. Oh, that's just gum. Here we go. Okay, I'll pour you some in. It's nothing special, it's just an herbal blend, so I hope you like it. I guess. There you go. Here. I hope you like it. And, yeah. What do you think? I agree. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. Books. I agree with you. It is nice when you reread a book and you know what is happening. Because, you know what. You just know what will expect you ahead. And I guess that can be reassuring when you're about to go somewhere unfamiliar. What? I am capable of having a sincere thought occasionally. Please don't make an event out of it. You're annoying. Just read your book, okay? Yeah. And try not to move the seat constantly. The noise is rather... Yes, that. Precisely that. You have moved 3 times. It is simply difficult not to notice when the sound is so loud. Hey, you have been sitting there for less than a minute. Just give it a chance. Some furniture requires patience. You're not having the bad just because you started moving around in the seat. Started fidgeting, okay? Are you doing that intentionally? Sure. By the way, your bag is still blocking the lower drawer. Move it closer to the wall. No, not against my suitcase. A little to the left. Your left. There. Thank you. I'm traveling for several days, okay? That requires different options. Shoes are not just options, shoes are necessities. Because different outfits require different shoes. You wouldn't understand. One pair does not go with everything. That is a sort of attitude that leads to people wearing hiking trainers with tailored trousers. What? Yes, I dressed for the train. Of course I did. I knew I would be here overnight, so I chose something comfortable. Thank you. It is comfortable, and it looks good, so both things can be true. Well, what do you want me to say? What do you want, false modesty? Oh, this old thing, I just threw it on. No. I spent time choosing it, and the result was successful, so there's no reason for either of us to pretend otherwise. Besides, I had expected to spend the evening alone. I wasn't dressing for anyone. Certainly not the conductor, although considering how unhelpful he was to us, perhaps I should have made less of an effort. You mean the outfit? Oh, well, thank you. That is very kind. Don't look at me like that. I'm not blushing, okay? It's just warm in here. Yeah, you were complaining about the temperature yourself only a few minutes ago. Just slightly open the window. I am confident. Confidence does not mean I have a prepared response for every unexpected compliment from a stranger who appeared in my cabin 10 minutes ago. Particularly when they say it like that. Nothing. Just forget it. Stop looking so satisfied. You haven't accomplished anything remarkable. You told a pretty woman she was pretty. These, thank you. That is nice of you. They were made to sit along the base of the ear. You know, most ordinary earrings catch in the fur. These are more comfortable. You can look, it's fine. I don't mind that. Just don't reach over without asking. And thank you for the compliment. This? Thank you. It's a moth. That is nice of you to notice. Yeah. I didn't think you would point it out. Why a moth? I suppose I have always liked them. You know how people are very quick to admire butterflies? Because butterflies are delicate and colorful and pleasant to look at. So everyone agrees they're beautiful. moths, most of the time, are treated as if they are the opposite. They come out at night, they hide in dark places, they fly into windows and frighten people who weren't expecting them. I think that's rather unfair. Some of them are beautiful too. You simply have to look a little more closely. And I like that they are drawn to light. The world is so dark. And still they go searching for whatever brightness they can find. The green. Because it suits me. And a friend said that green looks really good on me. And because I saw one when I was younger. A Luna moth, I think. It landed beside me one evening that I was feeling particularly sad. And it stayed there for ages. I remember thinking it looked far too elegant to be an insect. So when I found this, I bought it. But it also reminds me of a dear friend, so... But don't worry, there isn't a grand story behind everything I wear. Sometimes I simply see something beautiful and buy it. Does it? You can look more closely, you know. It's animal, not a real moth. I shouldn't have to clarify that, but you have asked some unusual questions tonight. Thank you. Searching for light part. Perhaps. Or perhaps I only like the color. You don't have to make me sound profound simply because I own one interesting earring. Stop looking at me like that. Okay, would you like another cup of tea, perhaps? As I mentioned before, I brought enough for myself, but I suppose there is more hot water than I need. Yeah, okay. Here. There you go. But careful, it's still hot. There you go. No, you do not owe me anything. It is tea, not a legally binding agreement. Although considering your ticket, perhaps we should avoid signing anything tonight. Ah, there it is. I wondered how long it would take. No, I do not carry enchanted contracts in my handbag, human. I carry receipts, cosmetics, chewing gum, painkillers, hand cream, and more common sense than the railway's entire booking department. Very mysterious. Yes, I can make small illusions. Why do you ask? No, I did not create the second ticket. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Why would I create a stranger in my cabin and then spend 15 minutes complaining about them? I do not enjoy complaining. I enjoy things being correct. There is a difference. Once again, a fine difference, but there is one. You make it remarkably easy to complain. Alright. That was slightly amusing. I give you that. But don't let it encourage you, okay? So, I guess, since we are apparently going to spend the night occupying the same 6 square meters, perhaps we should know what to call each other. I'm Dalia. Before you ask, yes, you may use my first name. There is no special Kitsune title required. Oh, if you knew. The questions humans ask me sometimes, it is ridiculous. So many stereotypes. What about you? That suits you? No, it simply does. It's a pretty name. I have been perfectly pleasant. I can be nice, okay? You entered my cabin unexpectedly, struck my luggage, opened the window, criticized the temperature, questioned my packing, and attempted to take my bed. And I gave you tea. I would say I have shown extraordinary restraint. Yes. Our cabin for tonight. I suppose we should try to make the best of it. Provided you stop moving that seat every 12 seconds. You know what? No, never mind. We'll give it a little longer. Drink your tea before it gets cold. Yeah. And move the lamp a little farther down, please. Thank you. Guess, yeah, this could have been worse. Don't ask me how. I'm trying to be optimistic. Nothing. Just try to get comfortable, okay? Stop moving around so much. I'm sure you'll manage eventually. You're making my neck hurt just looking at you. What was that? Your head. You hit your head against the wall. Yes, you look remarkably fine. Hey. I did not design the seat. Your grievance is with the railway. We have discussed the bed. You are not taking it. Don't look at me like that. How many positions have you tried now? Sitting upright, leaning against the window, feet on the back, pillow folded, pillow unfolded. Okay, is it actually that uncomfortable? Alright, that was a foolish question. Let me see. Move. Don't worry, I'm not taking it. I'm just testing it. Move over. No. It's not that bad. The angle is slightly unfortunate, but perhaps if you turn slightly, that makes the armrest press directly into your ribs. And this part is much harder than it looks like. Why is it shaped like that? Who sits like this? I am assessing it thoroughly, okay? That takes time. Stop coning. I understand your point. Okay? You're right. It is less comfortable than I anticipated. Slightly. Yes, slightly. There's no need to become theatrical. No. I didn't say I take the seat now. I said I understand why you keep moving. Those are two different admissions. Perhaps we could ask for another pillow, or several, enough to construct a second mattress. Ah, yes, I remember. The conductor said they don't have any spare bedding. How about you try sitting in your coat? It might soften it. A moment ago, you were prepared to use my suitcase as a footrest. Now we care about fabric. Fine, don't sit on the coat. Have fun suffering. I'll sit back on the bed. Where was I? Your neck is at an awful angle. I am aware that, I was... Never mind. Could you put the pillow behind your shoulder instead, maybe? No, the other shoulder. There, does that help? Of course it doesn't. Now you're shivering. You are. I can hear the blanket moving. No. You were the one who insisted upon having the window open. This is the natural consequence of your choices. Leave it. You said you needed air. close it a little for you. There. Is this better? Good. What? I didn't do that for you. The curtain was bothering me. You're very irritating. Has anyone told you that? Then perhaps you should begin taking the feedback seriously. I keep helping. I'm just protecting my own peace, okay? Watching you fold yourself into that seat is distracting. It would distract anyone. Of course I can't focus on my book. What I intend to do about it, I don't know, okay? I'm still thinking. The bed is wide enough to sit on together. That is all I'm saying. I guess you could sit here for a while. Until you become tired enough not to notice the seat. Do you have a better solution? One that does not involve removing me from the bed entirely? Hey, don't sit that close to me. There's plenty of room. A little further. You're doing this deliberately. Fine, just stay there. That is better, isn't it? Obviously. Proper mattresses tend to outperform padded shelves. Why I didn't offer sooner, because 20 minutes ago you were a stranger standing in my doorway. Now you are a stranger who has consumed some of my tea, so I guess there has been some progress. How much tea is needed to earn the bed? More than I brought, so don't get any ideas now. You're still holding your neck like that. Did you hurt it? Stiff? Because of the seat? You were on it for less than half an hour. That is an impressive poor piece of furniture. Turn around slightly. So I can see, silly. I'm not going to do anything dreadful, don't worry. Turn. Here. Is that sore? Right here. You've got a knot here. Probably from carrying that enormous bag. I wonder how far you were dragging it before boarding. All the way from the other side of the station. Why didn't you use the lift? Of course it was broken. The train company really has committed to the theme tonight. No. Does this hurt? Is it too much? Alright, I'll stop. I know it helped. No, I simply have hands and eyes and enough sense to recognize when someone has tied their shoulders into a knot. You can lean back if you like. Not against the wall. Against... Actually, no. That sounded more accommodating than I intended. You really don't hesitate, do you? No, I don't mind. You can keep your head on my shoulder. Your head is a little heavier than it looks, but I don't mind. I guess that's better. For your neck, I mean. You're very determined to assign emotions to me. Perhaps I'm just tolerating this. My tail is not wagging. I'm not a dog. All right. Now you're stretching. That was enough. Sit up. I said sit. You know what? No. You will only return to the seat and begin throwing yourself against the wall again. Lie down. You heard me. Lie down properly. Your head can go here. For a little while. Until your neck relaxes. I wouldn't have offered if I weren't sure, okay? Don't make me repeat myself. Oh, but wait, let me move the book. The cup. This. Alright, hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, come here now. Put your head on my lap. Careful, please. Mind my tail. There. Is that comfortable? Good. At least one of us should be. That was a joke, silly. I am perfectly comfortable. Close your eyes if you want. I'm not going to do anything. Then keep them open and keep staring at me. See which of us becomes uncomfortable first. Why are you smiling? Don't start that again. You are in a vulnerable position, okay? I can move and let your head fall directly onto the mattress. You seem very certain I could do it. You have known me for, what, 26 minutes? You are not qualified to make that assessment. That is not kindness. Those are practical decisions. What would count? I don't know, something impractical, presumably. Something with no benefit to me whatsoever. Though I suppose this is preventing the seat from making that noise, so I remain entirely self-interested. Nothing. Your hair was caught beneath your cheek, so I was moving it. But as you can see, your hair keeps falling back. You have very uncooperative hair. It's soft. That is not the same as liking it. Fine. It's pleasant, okay? You're quiet. You're warm. And your hair is soft. There. Are you satisfied? I regret asking. That is your question? Yes, you're right. I arranged the duplicate booking, broke the lift, designed the seat badly, and delayed the conductor, all so that you would eventually lie in my lap. An excellent use of my time. I underestimated your investigative abilities. Should be more cautious. You're quite confident for someone who entered the cabin apologizing. Were you? I assumed you were briefly overwhelmed by my presence. Oh, please. Now you're simply encouraging me. Although, you recovered quickly. Most people would have become embarrassed after discovering they had been double bucked into such a small space with a stranger. You argued with me immediately. I was defending my cabin. Our cabin, yes, our cabin. You have made your position very clear. We should probably introduce ourselves properly. We exchanged names, but that was hardly an introduction. I guess it was more of identifying each other. I don't know. Something ordinary, like, where are you traveling? And don't tell me the end of the line. You look like the sort of person who would find that sort of joke amusing. You're moving there. Permanently. I guess that explains the bag. I take back one or two of my criticisms. Not all of them. It remains badly packed, but at least the quantity makes sense. When do you start the new job? Kitsune. You haven't given yourself much time to settle in. Have you found somewhere to live already? A temporary apartment. After that, you look for somewhere more permanent once you arrive. That sounds exhausting. I'm sure it is. I didn't say it was a bad decision. Only exhausting. Exciting and exhausting. The two can exist together. You can choose something willingly and still be frightened by it. What? That was not especially profound. It was common sense. Once, yeah. A long time ago. Not like this, though. I didn't have a job waiting for me. Or an apartment. Or much of a plan at all. Poorly at first. Then it went better, and then poorly again. Life has a tiresome lack of structure. But I ended up staying, so I suppose it went well enough. What kind of work will you be doing? Oh, really? I wouldn't have guessed that. No, that isn't an insult. You simply seem more reckless. Well, for starters, you entered a stranger's cabin, argued over her bed, opened her window, and talked your way into her lap. Reckless is generous. After extensive provocation, I only invited you to my lap. The historical record should reflect that, okay? You practically left me no choice but to invite you into my lap. Do you like the work? Or is it one of those jobs where you've already invested too much time into learning how to do it that now you tell yourself that you like it? Yeah. It sounded honest. You like parts of it. Just like the hours, and you like some of the people. That is usually how it goes. So, what made you accept the position in another city? Better pay? A fresh start. I see. Were things bad where you were? Not bad. Just finished. That makes sense. I don't know. I guess I believe in new surroundings. New habitats are more difficult. I mean, think about it. You can move across the country and still take every old worry with you. They travel cheaply. No luggage required. Well, I have accumulated an impressive collection of worries over the years. Very carefully organized, of course, unlike your bag. Here it is. I knew I could make you laugh. Do you know anyone in the new city? No one. Not even a colleague? That is brave. Or foolish. Possibly both. Ask me when you've been there a month. At the moment, I am leaning toward brave. You don't look convinced. I thought so. You've been making jokes every time the subject gets too close to something real. Hey, this conversation is not about me. It is extremely convenient. I recommend it. Fine. Yeah. Perhaps I do it occasionally. That doesn't mean I'm wrong about you. But maybe there's something nice too. Something nice about going somewhere no one knows you. Because then no one has any expectations of who you have to be or what you have to achieve. You can just be a new version of yourself. Or you can be who you've always been. I don't know, I'm rambling, sorry. Are you worried you'll be lonely? You don't have to answer that. I realized that was rather direct. That would worry me too. Yeah, I get it. A new job takes up your entire day. Then you go home and nothing has made itself familiar yet. The rooms don't feel like yours, and you don't know what shops stay open late or where to go when you don't feel like being indoors. Perhaps even ordering food feels strange. I guess it takes time for a place to stop feeling like somewhere you're visiting, but it does happen. Yeah, you find one cafe you like, one route you prefer walking. Someone at work starts saving you a seat without asking. Eventually you realize you've built a life where you were busy worrying that you wouldn't. At what? Talking? I have had a great deal of practice. Comforting strangers in my lap is comparatively new. In a sleeper cabin? Yes, in general. That sounds like a more complicated question than you intended. I'm not answering it. I'm not answering it. You may stop smiling. Hey, there is no scandalous history concealed behind my refusal. I simply prefer not to provide a complete romantic biography before I know your surname. Oh, well, that obstacle has been removed with alarming efficiency. Still no. You're very persistent. I give you that. I suppose you'll need that for your new job. Me? Home. Or near home. That is the answer. It is concise. It's not the same as vague. What? You've decided that because your head is in my lap, you're entitled to my entire life story. Hey now, I asked where you were traveling and what you do for work. Those are ordinary questions. Well, I asked if you're afraid you'll be lonely just because you told me you were moving somewhere you knew no one, so it was contextually appropriate. Fine. Yeah, traveling to visit family. A while. Several years. Don't make that face. Nothing dreadful happened. We disagreed. I left. Time passed. More time passed, and eventually returning became more awkward than leaving had been. That's all. That is not part of the 20-minute introduction package. Physical proximity is not a substitute for good behavior. Though it does make removing you more inconvenient. Don't take that as encouragement. You're going to anyway, I can tell. I'm kinda hungry. Have you eaten anything? That was not a time. When I was at the station could mean 20 minutes ago or this morning. So when? Of course. You packed a book, 3 chargers, and apparently enough clothing to begin a second life, but no proper food. What? What do you have? Does not count as dinner. Sit up. Only for a moment. I cannot reach the travel case with your head there. Unless you'd like me to lean across you. Of course, I'm sure you wouldn't complain. Just sit up. There we go. Okay, let's see. I have rice crackers, dried fruit, chocolate. What? No, I don't have burgers and cheese sticks. That is... No, I don't... Why would you ask that? No, I don't have burgers and cheese sticks, but I have a few sandwiches. And I have these. Yep. Inari sushi. Before you say anything, Kitsune are allowed to enjoy food associated with Kitsune. Just choose something. I offered, okay? Don't perform politeness now. It's inconsistent with everything else you've done. Plus, sharing food makes it always taste even better, so... Sandwich or inari? Good choice. Here, careful. There's a napkin beneath. No, beneath. There. Well, obviously, I made them. Why is that surprising? Do I look incapable of preparing food? Having my food prepared for me. I wish. I cook quite well, actually. This one is fairly simple. Rice, sesame, a little pickled ginger. I made another with mushroom, but I'm beginning to think I packed it in the other container. Yeah, would you like to try it? Okay, hold on, let me look in my bag. Where it is. There we go. Okay. Hold on, you'll drop something in the bed. Just open your mouth. Here. Take it with your hand. Whichever. Just. Of course, you open your mouth. You're enjoying this far too much. Fine. Just open your mouth. Here I come. Don't look at me like that. You were the one provoking me, okay? I had to do the airplane. I was just protecting the bed sheets, okay? Thank you. The mushroom takes longer, but they're worth it. My younger brother used to pick them out and leave them in a small pile beside his plate. And every single time, he'd insist he liked mushrooms. But he was a terrible liar. And he still is probably, but what? No, I'm sure he remains a terrible liar. Some qualities are permanent, so we were, we probably still are, in some complicated, poorly maintained way. There's enough family discussion for now. Would you like some more tea? Good, pass me your cup. It may be a little weaker now. Let it steep. Before you complain, yes, you have to sit up to drink it. I'm not pouring tea into your mouth while you lie in my lap. Well, food does not spill at 90 degrees Celsius. You can return it afterward. Just drink your tea. Don't make me withdraw the offer. Yeah. So, a new city, a new job, temporary apartment, no friends there yet. You really did decide to change everything at once. No, I don't think it's a mistake. I think it's frightening. That isn't the same thing. And I think you're probably more capable than you feel at the moment. I mean, you argued your way into my cabin quite effectively. You'll manage a workplace. There it is again. Yes, our cabin. I was beginning to worry you would have forgotten. Finish the tea, then you can lie down again. Your neck still looks stiff. Whether I want you in my lap, that... I just want you to feel better, okay? Anything beyond that is irrelevant. You're becoming insufferable, you know that? But perhaps slightly less irritating than when you arrived. You're finished? Good. Yeah, you can put your head on my lap again. Better. I thought so. You can read if you still want to. Or we can talk, I don't mind. Oh, alright. We can talk. But you should choose the next subject. I've already conducted half a job interview without meaning to. I have asked you so many things. No, I would not hire you for a job. Your packing alone disqualifies you, if I have to be completely honest. Quieter now. I can tell. I can tell you're comfortable. Is this alright? Yeah. Good. I'm not doing it wrong. Hey, I have a tail. I know how to manage hair. I have far more hair than you have, actually. Usually I do brush it. It takes a while, but yeah, I like it. I know. Thank you. You have already complimented it several times. You do realize you don't receive a prize after the 5th time, right? You will continue. Good. You are fortunate. I enjoy praise. I mean, most people do. That was an abrupt change of subject. Yeah, very abrupt. But yeah, I do like living alone. I have a small apartment. It's not tiny, but small enough that everything has a place. And if something is not in its place, I know immediately. I can hear the judgment in your voice. There's nothing wrong with being organized. You should try it sometime. Yes, precisely. Your bag remains evidence for the prosecution. Yeah. But I like my apartment. It has large windows. It has a little balcony that is almost entirely useless during winter, and a kitchen that looked much larger in the photographs. And a neighbor who listens to the same 4 songs every Sunday morning. I've actually never spoken to him. Nope, I have not. I know his entire weekly routine, but I don't know his name. That sounds really bad. I'm not watching him. I can barely hear him. There is a difference. Yeah, I do like living alone. Mostly. Don't do that. Waiting for me to continue. Fine, okay. I do enjoy living alone, yeah. I like knowing the space is mine. I don't have to explain why I have left a cup on the table, and I don't have to ask anyone before opening a window or turning off a light. I can come home at whatever hour I like. I can cook at midnight. I can spend an entire morning doing absolutely nothing. No one will ask whether I'm alright. Which is pleasant. Most of the time. Well, the rest of the time, it's quiet. Just quiet. There's a difference. I don't know whether I can explain it properly. Being alone is simple. It can be deliberate. You know, you close the door because you want the world to remain outside for a while. You make tea for one person. You choose what to watch. You sleep across the middle of the bed because no one else needs the space. It's very efficient. Lonely is when something happens and you reach for your phone, but then you realize you don't know who you want to tell. Or you make too much food by accident and there's no one to give the other portion to. Or you come home after a difficult day and the apartment looks exactly as it did when you left. Nothing has moved. No one noticed you were gone. I could. I do occasionally. I have friends, okay? I'm not some tragic recluse waiting beside the window for human contact. But having friends and having someone nearby are different things, you know? People have their own lives, their own work, their own homes to return to. You can have people who care about you, but you can still spend most evenings alone. No, absolutely not. What? You have experienced me sharing a room for less than 2 hours. Do you genuinely think I would tolerate someone permanently moving my things? Using my cups, leaving wet towels where they don't belong? You're temporary, okay? And relatively well behaved now that you are on my lap. That is an even more abrupt question. You're very confident for someone whose head I could lift and place back on the terrible seat. No, I probably won't. I don't know. Perhaps. Not because I am incapable of being alone. I just like that idea. I don't know, sometimes people speak as though wanting companionship means you have failed some test of independence. As though the strongest person in the room should never need anyone. That sounds exhausting. Yeah. You sound as though you know. Do you live alone now? Before the move, I mean. With someone else. A friend. Family. I see. The new place will be yours alone. Are you looking forward to that? That was not a convincing yes. I believe that you're looking forward to it. I also think you're frightened. Both can be true. Yeah, I do keep repeating it, because you keep behaving as though feelings must arrive one at a time. Tell me, what are you most worried about? The job? The apartment? The city? Everything is not an answer, darling. It is an escape route. No. We are not doing that again. You do not get to avoid answering simply by asking me a question. Yes, and I am very good at it. You are not, so answer. Starting over. Not knowing whether you'll be good at it. Whether you like the work once it becomes real. Whether the people there will like you. Whether you'll find anyone you can actually be yourself around. You're right, that is a lot. It's a lot to carry. No wonder your shoulders were so tight. What? Why? Why do you feel silly? And choosing something does not remove the right to feel overwhelmed by it. You can want the new job and still resent how much work it takes to reach it. You can want independence and still miss the people you're leaving. You can be proud of yourself and frightened that you've made a terrible mistake. None of those things cancel the others. You don't have to make it sound smaller so that I'll find it reasonable. I already find it reasonable. You're moving your entire life. Of course you're tired. I know what type of tired it is. The type of tired that sleep doesn't fix, isn't it? Yeah. The planning, the messages, the forms, the packing, remembering what you have forgotten, people asking whether you're excited, everyone expecting an answer that sounds grateful and optimistic. Yeah. And every time you finish one thing, another appears. You make a list, you complete half the list, and somehow the list becomes longer. Oh, I know, yeah. Well, I have moved before. Yeah. And I have avoided returning home for several years. No, listen to me. Listen to me, okay? Just for tonight. Just for tonight, nothing requires your immediate attention while you are on this train. Okay? No. You said you wanted rest, okay? So rest. Whatever you think you have to do, you can do it in the morning. Don't be silly. I'm not ordering you around. I am strongly advising you while holding your hand in a position that makes reaching your phone inconvenient. Manipulation, perhaps a very minor Kitsune scheme. You should be honored. There. Close your eyes. Yeah, close them. You don't have to sleep. Good. Take a slow breath. Just breathe normally. A little slower. That's it. Good. Yeah, let your shoulders relax. Better. me if you become too warm, okay? I know you have strong opinions about cabin temperature. It is a very comfortable tail. That is one of its many qualities. Sometimes I do. Usually when I'm writing, it is much easier than finding an actual blanket. If I sleep curled around my tails, sometimes, why? It is practical. But yes, perhaps slightly cute. You may have that one. Would you like to try? Would you like to try having my tail as your blanket? Perhaps. Would you like that? I mean, you don't have to if it's odd, but I mean, it's there and I don't really mind. Okay, yeah. No, it's my pleasure, yeah. Let me just... There we go. Is that comfortable? Yeah. That's good. I would tell you if I were uncomfortable. If I like having you here. You're extremely determined to hear me say that. There you are, using silence as a weapon again. Yes, I like having you here. Is that enough? You're comfortable. I'm comfortable. The seat has stopped squeaking. A perfectly practical arrangement. You know, your confidence is much less charming when you're using it against me. Are you always like this? Comfortable with people? Able to tease someone you have only met? Only when you like them? I asked first. I see. Then I suppose I should be flattered. There it is again. No hesitation at all. I like that. Your confidence. I like it. You don't seem frightened of saying what you mean. Even 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 when you probably should be. Of you. No. Oh. That was unfair. You let me become comfortable with you, and then you asked another really intimate question. Yes, Yes, I suppose I did. I am frightened. A little. More than a little. I told you we disagreed. That is true. But the disagreements become something larger when enough time passes. You remember conversations differently. And in your head, you invent all the things you should have said. And you start wondering what everyone else thinks of you. And because you never ask, the imagined version in your head becomes so real. Yes, they have, my mother writes me, my brother sends brief messages, usually pretending he needs advice about something. He doesn't need any advice, he simply dislikes saying that he misses me. It runs in the family. We are all extremely talented at caring indirectly. I know they want me to come home. That should make it easier, but it doesn't. Because what if I return and everything feels normal? And I wasted years being stubborn. What if it doesn't feel normal? Then perhaps I was right to stay away. Neither possibility is especially comforting. You don't have to. No, it's alright. You can hold it. Thank you. You don't need to solve this for me. I know that is what people usually say before offering advice, but I mean it. You can simply stay there. Yes, you're right. Perhaps this arrangement is more balanced than I thought. I know. There you are, using my own words against me. Yes, I remember. Both can be true. You know, some people only wait for their turn to speak. They don't actually listen to what you have to say. They hear something, but they don't really understand where you're coming from. They just want to share their opinion and their point of view. And it's just, you actually listen. It's nice. Don't ruin it. I may withdraw it. Perhaps the booking mistake was not entirely unfortunate. Yes, I'm glad. Yeah. It's strange, isn't it? We will arrive in the morning and continue in opposite directions. You will begin your new job. I'll go home. And this cabin will belong to someone else by tomorrow night. Yeah, it does bother me a little. I mean, this feels separate from everything outside, doesn't it? I mean, no one knows us here. Nothing is expected of either of us. Yeah. Neither do I. But that is nothing we have to worry about right now. There are still several hours. For now, you're here. You're warm, you have eaten, and no one needs anything from you. Yeah. That's it. You can let yourself be tired. You don't have to make conversation for my sake. You like listening to me. Yeah. Alright. I can keep talking. Quietly. Or I can be silent. Whatever feels easier. You wanna be my listener? Okay, fair enough. You can be my listener. So, what would you like to hear? Anything. That is a dangerous amount of freedom. I could begin explaining why your packing method is fundamentally flawed. No? Very well. I'll tell you something ordinary, okay? You find my voice soothing. Thank you. That is remarkably, nice of you to say. To say you find my voice soothing. Anyway, where was I? Right, telling you something ordinary. When you arrive tomorrow, the station will probably be busy. You will be tired. And everything will feel louder than it needs to. So I'd advise you not to rush. Check that you have your ticket, your phone, your terrible bag, and find somewhere to sit for a moment. Have something warm. Look at the city before you decide what you think of it. You don't have to become a new person the instant you step off the train. You can arrive exactly as you are. Yeah, tired, nervous, excited, And when you get to the apartment, unpack the things you need first. Not everything, though. Maybe clean clothes, something to drink from, your book. One thing that makes the room feel familiar. The rest can wait. That's right. Your life does not need to be complete on the first evening or the first week. You are allowed to arrive gradually. Yeah, you're allowed to be tired while something good is happening. And if it becomes lonely, you could message me. Only if you want to. Of course, I'm not assuming anything. You might reach the city, meet 20 fascinating people immediately, and forget the irritating Kitsune from the train. No? Good. I would prefer you didn't. Then, message me. Tell me whether the apartment is dreadful. Tell me whether the job is tolerable. Tell me if you find a cafe worth visiting. You don't have to wait until you have something important to say. Sometimes the unimportant things are what make you feel less alone. You want me to message you when I arrive at home? I can do that. Assuming my family doesn't immediately drag me into several hours of emotional confrontation. Hide in my old bedroom and complain to you. That does sound appealing indeed. Alright. It's a deal. It's not an enchanted Kitsune contract. Just a normal agreement between two people who shared a badly booked cabin. I don't think strangers usually know this much about one another. Or hold hands while one of them uses the other's as a pillow. No. I do not think we are strangers anymore. Close your eyes. Properly this time. You have been peeking. I notice things. Good. Now you've listened. Okay. There we go. Just rest, okay? The train will keep moving whether you worry or not, okay? So, let the train carry you for a while. Slow breath. And that's it. I've got you. Your stop is still hours away. I won't let you miss it. I won't let you miss it. And I won't let anything happen to your luggage. I knew you were still listening. You're going to be alright. You're going to be alright, okay? Not because everything will be easy all at once. Okay? One step at a time. Morning first, then the station, then the apartment, then the job. One thing at a time. One thing at a time, okay? And tonight, tonight just nothing, okay? Tonight you can do nothing. You can lie here, listen to the train, feel how warm the blanket is, feel my hand and your hair. You can simply be tired. Yeah, you can simply be tired. Is it too warm? Should I keep brushing you with my tail? Or is it too warm? What would you like? Okay, good. I'll keep my tail. I wasn't certain. You complained so passionately about the temperature earlier. Different. Better than the blanket. Naturally. The blanket was made by a railway company. My tail is much, much softer. Oh, you can touch it. I don't mind. Just be gentle. There we go. I like that. That's nice. Yeah, I am enjoying it. I am capable of admitting when something feels pleasant. Occasionally. You have warm hands. I noticed earlier, but it feels nice through the fur. This is rather unfair. You're lying comfortably in my lap, wrapped in my tail, and now I'm being brushed as well. We both have benefits from this booking error. Yes, I suppose I have as well. My ear. Yeah, you may touch it. Okay? Be careful. They are more sensitive than the tail. Here, use your fingertips, okay? Near the base first. That's fine. No, you can continue. I would tell you if I wanted you to stop. fortunate I'm too comfortable to argue properly. I guess this once you may call me cute. You know, I don't usually allow people to touch them. Not because I'm embarrassed, I simply dislike being handled as though I'm something unusual on display. Well, you asked first, and you're paying attention. I like that about you. Your eyes are open again. I told you to rest. There's not a compelling reason. Though I suppose I understand. Now you're flattering me. So you want to tell me you'd remember me forever? Me in this moment? I'm not beautiful, stop it. I already allowed you cute. Thank you, I appreciate it. I don't think I'll ever forget you either. Anyway, you look much calmer now. Yeah. Like it's getting really hard to stay awake. Yeah. Good. I wanted to help. If I can lean closer. I already am close. Oh. You want a kiss? There. Your forehead. That's rather sweet. Alright, stay still. There. Was that alright? Good. You're smiling. Another. You're becoming demanding. No, I suppose we're not just strangers anymore. There. One more. That is enough before you become impossible. Yes, I like that. You don't have to force every admission out of me. Some of them I give willingly. Your hand can stay on my tail if you'd like. You may keep brushing my ear. Slowly. That's better. You know, when you first opened that door, I thought you were going to ruin the entire night. Yeah, I was very wrong. You may enjoy hearing that once more. I thought so. Keep holding my hand. Yeah. Close your eyes again. No more peeking. You have inspected me quite thoroughly for one evening. Good. Yeah, good. Not just rest, okay? Just rest. Slow breath. That's it. I've got you. As I said, your stop is still hours away. I won't let you miss it. I won't let anything happen to your luggage. You're going to be alright, okay? One thing at a time. Morning first, then the station, then the apartment, then the job. One thing at a time. And now, nothing, okay? Tonight you can do nothing. You can lie here, listen to the train, feel how warm my tail is around you, feel my hand in your hair. You can simply be tired. Much better. Much better. I'm comfortable too. Yeah. I've got you. Thank you for being so nice and so supportive and offering me comfort. Yeah. I've got you. I've got you. You're safe. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Everything will find its way. I know it will. I know it will. Yeah, it will. And perhaps we'll meet again. And when we do, you can tell me all about it. We can grab a cup of coffee and talk. Yeah. That would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be really, really nice. I just want you to know that you're appreciated. And I'm proud of you for trying so hard, for taking such a big step. I'm so proud of you. don't have to worry about it right now. You don't have to worry about it right now. There. You just sleep, okay? Yeah, I'll hum for you. I'll hum for you, okay? Good night and sweet dreams, my dear. I've got you. And everything will be okay. Yeah, it will be, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry, okay? I've got you. It's okay. Yeah, everything will be okay. I always try my best to get better. And I know you're trying your best too. I know you are. You're trying your best every single day. So you deserve this bit of That's it. That's it. That's it. There we go. You did so well today. You did so very well. You did so very well. I hope you never forget about me, okay? I hope you never forget about me. I hope you never forget about me. I know you're already asleep. You probably don't even hear me anymore. But I want you to know that I won't forget you. No, I won't. I won't forget you. I promise. I'd be looking forward to hearing from you again. In all honesty, I'd look forward to it again. Yeah. Yeah. You're really nice. I'm so tired. I think we'll reach the first stop in 20 minutes. Perhaps I should sleep as well. Maybe both of us should get some rest. There's still so much time until morning. Yeah, I should get in some rest too. I hope it's okay. Let me put your head down on the bed, onto the mattress very softly. And then I can cuddle in next to you. Yeah. There we go. That's